Hello everybody, I just want to come out with a video on how to obtain your first and utmost free costume that you should be getting for any new player. It is called the Polar Bear costume. You can see what the costume looks like here on my alternate. Let me pull up the stats here. So the stats of this costume is 15% all attack up, abnormal status resist 5%, critical rate 8%, monster damage tolerance 12%, Vitality 180. Now, Vitality 180 is your crit damage, but it's the base stat. It's not a percent increase. So when you get percent increases, that'll actually help increase your overall crit damage. But this is the first costume that you should be getting in game. This should be your focus until you can, of course, get a crest costume. And then, of course, your crest costume, you can mod it, socket it, make anything that you want of it. But, oops. To obtain this costume, you have to run a specific dungeon called Honeymoon Horror. You can run this dungeon 4 times a day, and it requires a party of 2 at minimum to get in, and you have to be at minimum level 150. To get the tickets for this dungeon, you can come here to Jack. You'll hit dungeon ticket. You'll need Seed of Dreams, but they're 40 each, and you just need 4 a day. To go to the dungeon, you just go through our deca here to this little side area, and then you'll see this High Priestess. Now you can get 1 free ticket a day by doing the quest that she has, the wedding preparation. It'll also give you like a temporary costume and wings. They're not all that great. But anyways, you'll select additional honeymoon ticket, and then you can get a honeymoon ticket. Now that honeymoon horror ticket only lasts for 2 hours, so you can't necessarily stack them, but you can stack the honeymoon ticket because those are good. Now, the last time I tried to come out with this video, I've actually tried filming this video 4 times already, and I always seem to disconnect at the same point, and it's mainly because I'm recording. But once you go in, the drop rate is from any monster, so you can get it from the first enemies. I've gotten it from the first mob that comes in. I've gotten it from the first boss, the second boss, and the final boss. It can drop anywhere. There are also additional items that you can get from this dungeon. For instance, there's a pair of wings that you can get. They're called the Icy Dragon Wings, as you can see here. They're not like the best stats, but if you're a wing collector, you know, this is kind of something cool to have because I really like the way that they look. But the overall stats of this isn't something that you would want to use for the higher damage builds. There are also Seed of Dream boxes that you can get from this dungeon. There's an Accursed Demon weapon box. You can get megaphones out of there. The Seed of Dream 5 exchange box, that's probably going to be your most common thing. But you can run it 4 times a day. Now, there are also ways to help increase your drop rate and being able to obtain that polar bear costume. There is the gold mechanic wings. If you have obtained a pair of those, that increases your drop rate by 20 or 30%. I have a hard time telling just because the lettering right there, it's either 20 or 30, I don't know. If you also have the Halloween spooklets, those will increase your drop rate by 10% on each one. And then lastly, there is a veteran talisman that you can get from Jack. I have it right here. It's just 1 day, but it increases your drop rate by 50%. It is a little bit expensive to be able to buy one of these. It's about 600 Seed of Dreams, but if you have the seeds, why not spend it and increase your drop rate? There's also events that happen on the weekend. They are the 2 times drop rate and 3 times EXP. It's usually Fridays, Saturdays, and then Sundays. Once server resets on Sunday, then that 2 times drop rate and 3 times experience is gone. I would love to show you the mechanics and how I run that dungeon, but I'm not going to risk getting disconnected again. But if you're a new player, the first costume you should be getting is this polar bear costume. This polar bear costume is the lifeline. I mean, it's got the best stats for PvE. You know, it's going to help you out in the long run. Like I said, it could drop the first run. You could drop within the first 4 runs that you get, or it'll take a week. You know, it really does depend. I've had it where it took me a week of farming it consistently to finally get it. And then, of course, I've had it where it dropped day 2 or second run. And I've had it actually drop twice in the same run. Of course, if you're looking for farming and you want like to try, like you already have one of these costumes, but you want to try and get the Mystic Fabrics. The Mystic Fabrics, you can break them down, and I think you need 100. Let's see. You can come over here to Viola, and you have a chance. Yeah, it's 100. You have a chance to get a Crest costume out of one of these ones, but again, you can still fail. And it does cost quite a bit of money to. Nah, well, it doesn't even really say. Yeah, I guess it costs no money. I don't know. We'll find out another day. But yeah, essentially that's what you need to do is you just need to run that to get your first costume. Thanks for watching and have a good one.